Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. We will wait one more minute to allow more people to join us, and then we'll kick this off. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's fantastic to have you all here with us today. Welcome to this very first episode out of 3 webinars brought to you by Intertech, a Barco partner. In this first episode today, we will discuss the evolution of operator experience. We have 2 experts with us here today who will deep dive into how you can enhance your control room with the latest technology and trends. This very first episode is also a special edition. It is entirely covered by ladies, and this is to shine a light on the women in the control room industry, because as you know, we are scarce in this predominantly male market. So a shout out here in this webinar to all the women who stand their ground in the control room business. Before I introduce you our speakers, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Samira Hamici. I am based in Belgium. I have been with Barco now for 2.5 years. I look after our channel partners, such as in this case, Intertech, and this for the Europe, Middle East, and Africa markets. Enough about me. Time to introduce you our first speaker. That is Jordan Heldridge, who is joining us today from the United States, Atlanta. Jordan is our global segment marketing manager at Barco. She focuses on analyzing our different global markets and trends around the control room industry, applications, and technologies. For us today, she will specifically focus on the upcoming trends in the control room market and really how can we advance the operator experience. After I give the word to Jordan, we will also have Shahinaz Hisham with us, who is a solution architect at ISD from Dubai. So we have a really international team here today. On a daily basis, Shahinaz provides customers technical advice, proof of concepts, and demonstration support. She will close off this session by enlightening us with workflow automation in the alarm management environment. Just the practicalities, during this webinar, you can always ask questions. So we would like to ask you to pop those into the Q&A section. And then after each speaker, we will cover those. I would say take it away, Jordan. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Samira. Hi, my name is Jordan Heldridge, and I'm the Segment Marketing Manager for Control Rooms at Barco. And today I wanted to talk to you about control room operator experiences and really how they changed over time. Talking a little bit more about the experience of the technology evolution that our operators have experienced to see what we need to do to help them and where we're going into the future. So, first, I wanted to start with actually where we started. And so we have a picture here on the left of an older control room, as well as one on the right of a more modern control room. On the left, you can see at the top, they have a map with different lights coming on to show what is happening in either white, a little bit blurry, but green, red. And then as you go down, there are different gauges to show different levels, pressures, temperatures even. And then at the very bottom, you can see all of the different controls that are able to, that the operators are used to able to control everything above and make changes when necessary. Then when you look over at the picture on the right, everything has changed to a digital format. So you can see the map as well as some of the similar information on the screens directly in front of the operator in this picture of what the different levels and temperatures would be on either more maps or some of the tables and graphs. Now, one of the big things to remember is that this information hasn't really changed. It's just transformed into a digital form, but the operator is still being asked to read all of this information. And so even though we have had a huge technology push and change and evolution even going from the first picture to the second picture, all of the information there is basically the same. Now we started to see more information coming through as the technology was able to grow, mainly because of the amount of specific information we're now able to gather with new technology. So we're able to gather much more specific points. So extending the decimal points so that we can have more precise data coming through, as well as the quantity of data. Now it's able to gather more data a lot through new technologies and instrumentation as everything has sort of evolved. And then as well as the pace that we can gather that information. Everything's starting to come in real time. So as all of this information was moving towards a digital content, we were able to get more technology on the gathering side. But again, it's still just one operator sitting there trying to absorb all of this information. Next, we had a new change where we actually have the content coming in different forms. So you can see that on this picture here, we have different cameras. And so they're also now being asked to have different video feeds come through that they're supposed to be watching. And obviously you can see a lot is going on here to make sure that different platforms are okay, as well as the different tracks. So now in addition to the different precise points, we have videos coming through. And as the applications of those different data points and sources come through, they also started to change themselves as the applications individually into either tables, graphs, trends. And so the operators, again, are being asked to now absorb information in different contexts all over their entire screen as well as in front of them. So all of this information is being advanced through technology, but we still have one person on the other end trying to gather and absorb all of that information to make the best decisions in these critical situations. So let's talk a little bit about the setup that they have. When they needed to be bringing in all of this information, what ended up happening, as you can see sort of on this picture here on the right, we ended up having a lot of different individual PCs being joined together through KVM systems. And although it did get the job done of being able to show everything, it doesn't lead any help to the operator to be able to help them do their job better. It just makes sure that everything is available. And in some ways, having these longer desks and just piecing things together individually by different PCs and setups has actually hindered the operator. So when you think about it, you're sitting there and you can see only a certain view in front of you. And so having some of these over to the side can be very hard, and you may not even be able to see or recognize an alarm going off, say on the last screen in this picture. Another issue that the operator could have is when you're constantly turning your head one way or the other, or have a repetitive arm motion to reach to other areas for a touch screen, you can actually develop injuries within your own body to where it makes you do it less. So now you're ignoring some screens, or more personal problems as you may have to take time off or do physical therapy to correct it. So we need to make sure that we're helping the operator keep things in front of them, and KVMs haven't really helped make that situation better for them. It's again, focusing on the technology of just bringing the information in. In addition, having all of these different PCs individually sort of next to each other can increase the heat and noise and can make that environment in the control room less pleasant overall, but also, again, create different spots that are way worse for certain operators than others. So although the KVMs were able to help advance technology, it's only helping, again, on the side of bringing those sources in and not how the operator can actually work. So although this has been several decades now, we've already shown of some technology advances, we're not focusing enough on the operator side. When we take a look at this one with another large desk, you can see even to make sure that this operator is able to see all the information on the other end of his screen, he has added in a little pad so that he can wheel over fast enough. And that's something that we want to avoid in case of a real emergency. We don't want somebody to have to wheel back and forth to make sure he's able to see everything and react and find the right keyboard and mouse. And so again, the KVM system is really focusing on the sources and not helping that overall workflow of the operator. Now, another thing that has developed more and more within the control room is collaboration and making sure that our operators are also able to communicate with each other and not even just their managers. But with the KVM system, we're not able to have different multi-viewing options. So in this picture, you can see the next operator is fairly far over, and again, really far if he's got to go to a screen on the opposite side of his desk partner's desk. And so you'd have to be pulling him away to get him to see what you're talking about, leaving his screens possibly up for alarms going off or an issue arising while they're trying to collaborate. And that's just leads to more possibilities of safety hazards of leaving different operator desks unmanned while they're trying to collaborate to fix a smaller issue. And so again, the KVM system mainly focusing on the technology side and not helping those operators be able to enhance their own work. Another issue is adding new sources. As we've talked about all of these new kinds of data and precision of being able to bring in more information, different applications and tools arise, which make the overall control room management want to show more things and gather more things through new applications. But if that new application needs a secure line coming in, they're going to have to add another PC. And on this desk, you can see you might be able to fit one more, even though you'd again have to wheel way over to it. But on the desk in the background, there's really no space for it, as well as the one right here in the front to the right. And so what is the control room going to do? Are they going to continue to stack them up and start blocking the video wall, or are they going to have to redesign their entire control room? And that can cause major costs and issues for the company, as well as it limits the amount of operators that you can have in there. Well, you want to be growing and expanding. So it's also very difficult to give that flexibility of being able to add new sources as new technology becomes available in this sort of setup with KVMs. Now you can see also in this image that all of the desks have kind of a different layout of the amount of screens and how things are going. So if a few of those screens go out and that operator needs to go to a new desk, they would have had to have this entire control room replicated. They're not able to change and have that backup on the fly of just let's move to another desk. And those sort of backups and technical issues can happen. And we need to make sure that we're giving our operators the flexibility to go to new areas and be able to pick up their work in cases of emergencies. And the KVM system, again, is not helping the operators enough and is focusing so much more on that technology that it's not able to be flexible for them. So with all of this new information coming through and all of the specific data points and more screens, that leads to the expectation that the operators are going to be able to perform better. And so that leads to more stress and more tasks because, as we've discussed, we haven't really given the operators any sort of tools to help them. We've only brought them more information in different forms faster and then told them, we want you to do this better. We want you to produce more. We want you to react faster, even though now they're actually inundated with all of this information. And so this was all sort of leading up to what we're looking at now, which is that the operators need to be able to have complete control over their situation so that they can be more efficient and also change when it's necessary, when adding in new sources or being able to collaborate, to interact with all of that information in a flexible way so that they're able to do their job the best. And those are the different and new things that we're looking for in workflows now for operators, as we've sort of taken a step back and realized that the operators also need help in their daily jobs to help and improve their workflows. So now we have new technology to help improve that overall workflow. And so here you can see an operator desk, which shows everything being controlled by one singular keyboard and mouse, because the operator is able to put all of the different sources, even from secure different networks, in one single pixel view and is able to create that themselves. So you could have it all the way on different screens or even break up the different screens while keeping the different applications and network separated securely. So you could say even on this left screen also, the operator is able to formulate its own workspace so that if they need to bring information directly in front of them, it's all at their fingertips with that one keyboard and mouse, bringing it right there for them to go forth and do whatever actions they need to have done. Now, that can be really helpful for improving the operator's workflow when you take a look at some of these desks to the left here up top. So you can see all of the different monitors, several different keyboards, coffee cups, and maybe a water cup. And this operator is actually on a laptop itself. And to keep those different networks secure, he had to keep them separated out. But if something's going on that far left, it's going to be very hard for him to switch over, notice it. And so really focus on working on technology for the operator, giving them that single integrated operational view lets them react a lot faster. And so you can see that here on the right-hand screen, how clean and easy it is for the operator to just have all that information in front of them. Remember earlier, we talked about also that flow of what you're able to see and the strains on the body it can actually take for the operator to be constantly looking over or have those repetitive movements. Those can also be eliminated when you're able to bring that information in front of you. It also helps so you don't have to rely as much on your peripheral vision, which can be helpful for them, especially in cases of crisis. Now, here's another view, and when you have 3 different monitors, and again, controlled by the one keyboard and mouse. And this one shows a little bit better about how you can have many different sources broken up on one single pixel space to give you that flexibility. If you need to add in a new source, you're able to by just breaking up the screens itself, and you're still able to keep those sources and networks completely secure and separated from one another, even though they're being shown on the same screen. And so here you can see a couple different ones. And if we needed to say add a new one in, you're now having the flexibility to do that, to make sure that you're not strapped in by having to redesign your entire control room just for adding a new source in. So not only does it give management opportunities to change up their technology more in the field, but it also gives the operator more flexibility of what they need to see larger or directly in front of them, instead of having it be cookie cutter or way far away, just added on to the end because it was the last thing put into place. So that high flexibility is really important so that the operators can help do their job better. Now, looking forward to the future a bit, this is one of the things that I'll also pass over, but we're seeing a lot more automation in the workflows themselves, with a lot of AI starting to enter into our different options for operators. Some of it is just slowly coming in with predictive maintenance and with emails, automatically being sent out. And another one is when alarms or the actual program sort of pops up in front of you. But we're starting to see even more hints that we're going to start moving towards the area where for simple tasks, it's going to automatically suggest, does the operator want to do this? Should this automatically be fixed? And obviously an operator will always need to be there to make the decisions. We're not at the point where everything can just turn over to AI, but it's important to know that we are moving in that direction for some of these tasks. And it's actually going to help the operator. When we talk about millions and millions of different data points being able to be gathered every single second, it's helpful for the operators to be able to just take pieces of that information and have some of that automation already start working for them to help them with their workflows. And so, although this is coming in the future, the previous different solution that we've talked about, or technology to help the operator themselves, is available now with OpSpace. It's able to provide that complete solution in a single pixel space controlled with one keyboard and one mouse, so that the operator can have complete flexibility to add new sources, as well as share and collaborate with other operators by having multi-viewing options with one source. And so that they're able to interact with more information if they need to, whether it's from a colleague or by just bringing things directly in front of them. And all of this can help their efficiency and help them to be able to provide back and meet the expectations of these managers that are now seeing, well, we got you all of this information and these new sources and these data points, we expect more. And so we really want to make sure that in this in-between time, before we're moving completely over to automation, that we're giving our operators the right tools to be able to succeed. And OpSpace really focuses on providing them those tools with this full solution directly in front of them. So now we're going to switch over and talk a little bit more of some of the automation part of that. So thanks, Samira.
Thank you very much, Jordan. That was really clear. I think many of the operator challenges are very recognizable for all of us, from the overload of data or having to piece together different sources and systems. Great to see how OpSpace provides an improvement there. We had one question during your session. If we are allowed to share the slides with everyone, we will definitely do that via email after this webinar. Then I would like to thank Jordan for being here. Please stay on in case there are still some questions for you. Then we'll continue with Shahinaz Hisham, our solution architect from ISD, who will continue on where Jordan ended, specifically with workflow automation. Hi, Shahinaz, welcome.
Hello, Samira. Thanks, Samira. Thanks, Jordan. Hello, everyone. Thank you for participating in this webinar. Let me introduce myself. I am Shahinaz Hisham, ISD pre-sales engineer in Egypt. It was amazing to hear about the latest developments in today control room from the pioneers of display technology provider, Barco. For sure, control rooms are the backbone for safety and security surveillance. Now I would like present to you control room operator experience evolution and focus on how to enhance and improve control room operation. We will cover many topics such as the difference between alarm management in the past and today's time, quick actions with real-time situational awareness, role of mobile technology, and adoption of artificial intelligence. So in the earlier days, control room was overloaded with a lot of limitations and manual tasks. There are many challenges facing the operator in the control room, such as large number of systems and amount of data, too many sources, too many cameras without any correlations between different systems. After some time, operators will be under pressure and overloaded, which leads to fatigue of operators. In addition of that, there is a big isolation between different alarm systems in remote sites and the control room operators, as no physical connectivity between them. Response time also is very crucial, as they must take accurate actions with a limited time. Another issue is limited visibility. Limited visibility also is one of the limitations. For example, if we receive two alarms with the same type, from different locations, it can be overlapped. So there is a big probability to lose this alarm. All of that with no ability to share this information outside the control room or even store these data to be used later. Due to all these limitations, operation in control room may face many problems. First is operation interruption occurred with no predictive analysis or data comparison. Also, unplanned downtime. Unplanned downtime may occur without any expectations or guided instruction to repair this failure. So what conclusion can we draw from this? What does it mean? All this will lead to increase the chance of loss of assets and finance of this organization. But today's control room is different. Business has to rely on technology and hence more investment on the latest technology and devices, because the need for the latest technology will affect an operator-informed decisions. Informed decisions are decisions based on real-time data. So when data will be used properly, it can be converted into an automated process. Then the operators can get exact details at the very first moment of an alarm trigger, even the exact location of the event in the floor plan itself, for example. And without adding any additional manpower, control rooms are turning to technology to support them in making informed decisions while making the best use of available resources. And then their decisions will be based on real-time data, automated, guided, and intelligent workflow to make a quick decisions. And the last benefit is recorded actions. Recorded actions are available from alarm trigger till its disposal. These data can be shared or used for further analysis, improvement of overall alarm handling and operational efficiency, and prevent operation interruption. With the advancement of network technology, more and more companies exploit its benefits with IoT devices. It provides the quick real-time situational awareness that is the fundamental to command and control incident response and management. So sensors and IoT devices are useful for providing a live status of remote site and devices health. It can even alert about the time for maintenance, and this is very crucial to safety and security of the remote sites. Also, a live footage of incident with a correlation of many critical information provided to control room operators. It will enable them to understand the incident, enhance the level of situational awareness, and take accurate actions easily. This will help the organization to avoid and prevent the risk to the business operation. In addition to that, more qualified information can be provided to a third party or law enforcement agencies more effectively with a detailed, efficient report. These reports can describe more details about all events, such as the type, time, location, status, action taken, and the name of action takers also, and the duration of event handling, and so on. Mobile app. What is the mobile app? Briefly, it's an additional situational awareness tool. It's a web-based application designed for mobile devices. It will be an additional tool for security guard and officers at the remote locations. All the available information about the situation will be at your fingertip. So what can I do with mobile app? What are the main functions? Security guard at the remote site can verify the situation, report an event, support the verification status using different modules like chat, call, send a record or image. Also share a live footage direct from phone camera to the control room. even check if the alarm is false or not, as it can be just a failure in the panel or something similar, not a real alarm. The main advantage that is the mobile solution for guards and managers can provide the operation in the control room with a live status and all updates of the event. So they can see exactly what is happening at the remote site without need to contact the control room for a status update, which leads to downtime minimization. Also providing better live footage together with the location enabled by GPS coordinates will help the operator to take a quick action. Irrespective of location, also managers can access to the complete information and check the current status for the incident. And then Ramses Mobile is very flexible to share and receive the information. It's a two-way interaction. It can inform of instruction to field staff, and also field staff can provide real-time information to the control room easily. Artificial intelligence. AI and machine learning, as we know, are the new trends in control room for fine-tuning the responses in a split second and mimic human actions with automated decision-making. Using machine learning, I can do more and more. It could determine the level of action required and facilitate this from the control room. There is no doubt that human judgmental for sure will always be the overriding factor for decision making. But AI can make it much faster and easier by referring to historical records to be handled by the control room. That would take a human being more time to consider each type of incident and its results. It will be hard for sure. Also, AI will give visualization technique to senior management to drive very valuable insight about the alarm data. And one of the important advantages is the predictive analysis. Predictive analysis using AI can be used to understand where, when, and why a type of event is most occurred based on analysis of the historical data and previous alarm incidents. In this way, patterns can be picked up from a site or location to prevent any upcoming downtime. Okay, so ideal real-time situation management should be. First is lower cost of ownership. For sure, Ramses is affordable. You can choose between one-time or subscription license. Also, cloud or on-premise should be available based on your application. Also, it can easily integrate with your system, so you don't need to upgrade your infrastructure before installing it without needing for capacity planning also, so you can expand your system easily. It makes situational management simple also by using one dashboard contains all related information from different ways to understand the incident, with list of actions to guide the operators to analyze it effectively. In addition to records and analysis, charts to improve and control room the operation. Also, it's very easy to use and deploy. It's a user-friendly UI, so operator can take quick actions and it will be easy for use and installation. And for the deployment part, our system is based on container microservice. So in case of microservice down, it doesn't mean that all system will be down, which improves system reliability and minimize the downtime. Also, it uses AI to predict and notify incidents. It can detect any abnormal behavior using AI, also can integrate with video analytics system and notify all the abnormal events to be displayed in dashboard. In addition to that, and one of the main points is AI-assisted customized workflow. Workflow customization for different alarm types can be done to minimize the downtime and guide the operators to take the action fast and handle the event correctly. Operator can verify if the alarm is true or false. He can escalate the alarm. He can check SLA using AI-based workflow engine. And the last is highest level of security. We are following certified standard ISO 27001 with high security major. But at the same time, managers can access and monitoring from anywhere around the world securely, from control room or even from mobile platform, with location independence and the flexibility to overview the complete operation. So how Ramses can help and how it can empower your business operation. Ramses can be the efficient way to present all the data collected from different systems in one dashboard, instead of open many web interfaces for each system to check system status, for example. It can receive real-time data from all types of IoT devices and systems, and also predicting based on the previous alarm incident. And for sure, Ramses is an open platform. It can integrate easily with many systems to receive real-time alarms with relevant data, centralized in the control room. So from one dashboard, all alarm details will be available real-time for decision makers. Sharing information also is available, as Ramses is able to share the alarm not only inside the control room, it can be shared outside the control room securely for sure, with all alarm details, all action taken, and all these details. In case we need other higher stakeholder input to help make an accurate fast decision, managers, for example. And the last is workflow. From Ramses' strength point is intelligent workflow. Workflow is different for all alarm types to guide the operator and minimize the downtime. Just follow the guided steps and it will help the decision makers to take the correct actions and handle different incidents fast. As we can see, this is the information that will appear in Ramses dashboard, where all information is in front of you. It will give you an overview about the received alarms at all remote locations from different types of sensor and integrated system, like fire, intrusion, health monitoring, or even from the mobile app. Displayed with all details, date, time, status, severity, so there is no probability to lose any alarm. Operators are able to check any assets and documents related to the selected alarm, for example, floor plan or any PDF document or building layout and so on. Also, you will be able to view the live video of corresponding alarms, navigate between streams, share the alarm on the video wall, and control the display stream remotely. Ramses also provide location tracking, so you can know where exactly the alarm comes from and display specified zone layout of received alarm to show the triggered sensors, location, and the status of other sensors, for example. All this information will appear in one dashboard, providing a complete overview to keep remote branches safe and help operators to act using AI-assisted workflow, which is predefined list of actions must be taken based on alarm type to guide the operators in time of alarm. Take the action fast, minimize the response time, and make sure that the event is closed effectively. And this is very important. Also from the same port, operator can share the alarm outside the control room, escalate the alarm to the supervisor, direct call any general department, police, fire, or branch related contact to verify the alarm. After that, any action taken by any user, guard, operator, or supervisor, whatever, and alarm history will be recorded with all alarm details. It can be used later and can be extracted as a detailed record to be checked by managers or maintenance company. addition to operator dashboard, there is a different type of dashboard specialized for the supervisor. Supervisor will have the same view, but with analytical dashboard. Analytical dashboard provide him ease of access in controlling the information and improving process efficiency, to be able to overview and monitor the operation, ensure operator decision making, analyze operator predictability also, in addition to resolving permission for sure. It shows an analytical overview for all alarm sites, the operators that provide a system summary to access all system resources and real-time awareness of your operation. He can also check system status and all action taken by other users with charts describe all these parameters. We at Intertech orchestrated all the above facts into our flagship software, Robsode. Please take a look at our video presentation and see how we can enhance the control room experience and empower your business operation with Robsode.
Thank you, Shan. Ah, yeah, this one. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
So at the end, I would like to thank my team for giving me this opportunity and for all the provided support. Also, thanks for all of you for your time and attention throughout this presentation. I hope it was clear for you and meet your what you're looking for. Now there is, I think, 5 minutes time for questions. If you have any question, you can ask.
Thank you, Shahinaz. I think we didn't have audio with the video, but I think it was still very clear, clear demo of Ramses itself. There are a few questions. One from Nani Allah. She's asking if we can share the portfolio of ISD with her. I assume that is not a problem for you, Shahinaz.
Yes, sure. We can share it with you. Please, you can visit our website, Ramses Budget. And if you need more information, you can directly contact us.
All right, thank you. And another question is if we will be sharing the recording of this session. We will, of course, do that together with the slides as well.
Yes, sure.
If there are no other questions, I would like to thank Intertech for providing this platform. We will also keep you all updated regarding the upcoming 2 episodes of this series. And also thank our 2 expert speakers today, Jordan and Shahinaz. Have a great day further. Bye.